Hello friends, myself R.D. Mahajan presenting my video on Lagrange's interpolation formula. Uh, it is used for unequally spaced values of x. Whatever the formulas I have discussed so far, it is used for equally spaced. This is used for unequally spaced. Means the distance between the two successive points is not equal. Then we can apply Lagrange's interpolation formula. And to explain the technique, let us see the simple problem. Find f at 1.1 for the given data using Lagrange's interpolation formula. Here we have the values of x and f of x. Values of x are 1, 2, 4, 5 and the corresponding values are 1, 4, 16 and 25. These are the values of f of x. And to develop that formula, we call this as x1, second one as x2, third one as x3 and fourth one as x4. There are four values and the corresponding values of f are f1, f2, f3 and f4. And then we can write down that formula for f of x as first time we neglect the first point x1 and then write down the product for the remaining as we neglect that first point x1, then it is remaining point it is x minus x2, then x minus x3 and then x minus x4 whole divided by whatever the point we neglect, we consider that point here and from that point we subtract the remaining point x2, x3 and x4. Therefore it is x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3 and x1 minus x4 into f1 or f of x1. This is for first time. Then plus next second time we neglect the second point x2 and write down the product for the remaining point as x minus x1, x minus x3, x minus x4 divided by whatever the point we have neglected, consider that point here as x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3 and x2 minus x4 into f of 2 means f of x2. This is second time we have completed that product. Then third time we neglect the third point x3 and write down the product as x minus x1 first point, then x minus x2 second point, x3 we have to neglect, last x minus x4 divided by whatever that point we have neglected, subtract from it. It is x3 minus x1, then x3 minus x2 and x3 minus x4 multiplied by f3. f3 means f of x3 plus lastly we neglect that fourth point x4 and write down the product for the remaining as x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3 whole divided by whatever that point neglected, we consider that point x4 minus this x1, then x4 minus x2 and lastly x4 minus x3 into f4. f4 means f of x4. Whatever the formula I have written here, it is called as Lagrange's interpolation formula. It's very easy to develop the formula. Remember that technique. Every time we have to neglect 1 point, and then write down the product for the remaining as I have written here, first time, then second time, third time, and fourth time. And then substituting the values, we get here x means at which point we require to find the value of function, that x is 1.1, therefore it is 1.1 minus x1, x2, that is 2. Next 1.1 minus 4. Next 1.1 minus 5. Divided by x1 minus x2, therefore it is x1 is 1 minus 2, then 1 minus 4, then 1 minus 5 into f1, the value of f1 is 1. Plus second time, it is x minus x1, neglecting that x2, means it is 1.1 minus 1, 1.1 minus 4, 1.1 minus 5, divided by the neglected point is here 2, therefore 2 minus 1, 2 minus 4, and 2 minus 5 into f2, the value of f2 is 4, into 4. A second time that product I completed. Then third time plus, this time we are neglecting 4, means it is x minus x1, it is 1.1 minus 1, 1.1 minus 2, and 1.1 minus 5. Divided by the neglected point is here 4, therefore it is 4 minus 1, 4 minus 2, 4 minus 5, multiplied by f3, the value of f3 is 16, into 16. And lastly, finding the value of this last term, x minus x1, it is 1.1 minus 1, neglecting 5, therefore 1.1 minus 1, 1.1 minus 2, and 1.1 minus 4, divided by neglected point is 5, therefore 5 minus 1, 5 minus 2, and 5 minus 4, into f4, the value of f4 is 25. Therefore, I have substituted the values from this table in this formula, and then try to simplify it. Simplifying it, 1.1 minus 2 we get minus 0.9, 1.1 minus 4 we get minus 2.9, 1.1 minus 5 we get minus 3.9, divided by 1 minus 2 nothing but minus 1, 1 minus 4 is minus 3, 1 minus 5 is minus 4, into 1, then plus, next it is 1.1 minus 1, we get 0.1, 1.1 minus 4 we get minus 2.9, 1.1 minus 5, that value is minus 3.9, whole divided by 2 minus 1 we get 1, 2 minus 4 we get minus 2, and 2 minus 5 we get minus 3. Into F2 value is 4. Next one, 1.1 minus 1 we get 0.1. 1.1 minus 2 we get minus 0.9. Then 1.1 minus 5 we get minus 3.9 divided by 4 minus 1 we get 3, 4 minus 2 we get 2, 4 minus 5 we get minus 1 into F3 that is 16 plus lastly 1.1 minus 1 we get again 0.1, 1.1 minus 2 that value is minus 0.9, (1.1 minus 2 is 0.9 with minus sign. 1.1 minus 4, 1.1 minus 4 is minus 2.9 and divided by 5 minus 1 we get 4, 5 minus 2 we get 3 and 5 minus 4 we get 1 into 25. Then we have to simplify it further by taking the product, minus 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 we get minus sign, 0.9 into 9 minus 10.179 whole divided by, this is again minus, 4 3 are 12, therefore minus 10.179 divided by minus 12 is the minus minus it becomes plus, 0.1 into 2.9 into 3.9 that 1.131 divided by 3 to the 6 into F2, F2 is 4. Next one, this minus minus it becomes plus, 0.1 into 0.9 into 3.9, 0.351 divided by 3 to the 6 with minus sign, minus 6 multiplied by 16. Next one, again minus minus it becomes plus, 0.1 into 0.9 into 2.9 that value 0.261 whole divided by 4 3 are 12 into 25. Then we have to simplify it further by taking the this is minus minus plus, 10.179 divided by 12 we are getting that value as 0.84825. Then 1.131 into 4 divided by 6 that value is 0.754. Then this is with negative sign, 0.351 into 16 divided by 6 that value is 0.936 with minus sign, and then lastly 0.261 into 25 divided by 12 we are getting that value as 0.543. Then taking the addition of 1.21 as the answer, and this is the value of f at 1.1. For 1 we have 1, corresponding value of y as 1 or f as 1. For 2 it is 4, and at 1.1 is in between the two values 1 and 2, therefore the corresponding value must be between 1 and 4. Yes, 1.21 is greater than 1 but less than 4, and therefore whatever the value we have is the correct one. Therefore we can cross check always like this. One more I will discuss in my next video. One more problem on Lagrange's interpolation formula. If you like my video, please share it as well as subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive notification for my new videos or new content. Thank you very much.